Yeah, we're both here. I want to share something with you, and this is coming from the Revolutionary War article from the American Battlefield Trust. Facing an impending rebellion, British General Thomas Gage decided to seize weapons and gunpowder being stored in Concord, Massachusetts, which was about 20 miles northwest of where he was stationed in Boston. Paul Revere and other writers spread the word that 800 British regulars were dispatched to Concord to seize these weapons. They departed Boston late in the evening of April 18th. The King's troops marched into the small town of Lexington about 5 a.m. to find themselves facing a militia of more than 70 men led by Captain John Parker. When the vanguard of the British forces ran into the village green, Captain Parker immediately ordered his men to disperse. The nervous British soldiers fired upon them, and they killed 8 and wounding others. They left the dead and the wounded and the dying in their wake and marched on towards Concord. They arrived in Concord about 8 a.m. and the British commanders ordered several companies of about 220 troops in all to secure the North Bridge across the Concord River. They were confronted by about 700 or 400 militia from Concord and the surrounding towns that had gathered on the high ground overlooking the North Bridge. From their vantage point on the hill, they could see smoke rising from Concord, a result of the British forces having burned those supplies. Thinking that the town was being put to the torch, Lieutenant Joseph Hosmer of Concord shouted to his fellow officers, "Will you let..." God damn it, this is emotional to me. Apologies. "Will you let them burn the town?" The decision was made to take action. Companies were ordered to march onto the bridge, but not to fire upon the British soldiers unless fired upon. The Acton Company, commanded by a 30-year-old Captain Isaac Davis, was placed at the head of the column. When asked if they were prepared to confront the British troops, Davis said, "I haven't a man afraid to go." The Minutemen formed up, marched down the hill. As they did so, the British soldiers, intimidated by the colonial numbers' orderly advance, retreated to the opposite shore and prepared to defend themselves. When Davis's company came within range, the British soldiers opened fire, killing Isaac Davis, but also Abner Hosmer, another Acton Minuteman. Major Buttrick of Concord shouted, "For God's sake, fire!" And the Minutemen replied with their own volley, killing 3 British soldiers and wounding the others. This volley is the volley that was considered to be the shot heard around the world. This is really the beginning of the American Revolution. Lots of things led up to it, including the Boston Tea Party, but this was the moment. This led to the Declaration of Independence, which was signed on July 4th, 1776. The Declaration of Independence is 1,300 words. It's not a lot, and it's all filled with things that are, it's not me, it's you, the reason we're breaking up. On this anniversary, I want all of you to read the Declaration of Independence. 1,300 words, it won't take you long. Thank you.
Happy birthday, America. And we'll be back next week with a long format video. We're going to take the weekend off and reflect. We hope you do too, responsibly. Enjoy your weekend, America.